How to avoid forgetting distribution in algebraic expressions. Have you ever found yourself staring at an algebraic expression, unsure of how to tackle it? You are not alone. One common challenge is remembering to use distribution correctly. Let's break it down so you can simplify expressions with confidence. First, it is essential to understand the distributive property. This property tells us that when you multiply a term outside parentheses by a sum or difference inside, you must multiply that term by each term inside separately. For example, if you have two terms inside parentheses, like in the expression 3 multiplied by the sum of x and 4, you would write it as 3 times x plus 3 times 4. Now, how do you remember to distribute? Start by recognizing when distribution is necessary. Look for expressions that involve multiplication with parentheses. For instance, if you see something like 3 times the sum of x and 4 or negative 2 times the difference of a b and c, you know distribution is needed. Next, when you do distribute, make sure to multiply each term inside the parentheses. For example, in 4 times the sum of x and 5, you multiply for by and then for by 5. This gives you for x plus 20. Be mindful of negative signs as well. If the factor outside the parentheses is negative, you need to distribute that negative sign to each term inside. For example, negative 3 times the sum of 2x and 5 becomes negative 6x minus 15. This step is crucial to avoid mistakes with signs. When variables are involved, remember to apply exponent rules. If you multiply powers of the same base, you should add the exponents. For instance, x multiplied by squared equals x cubed. Practice is key. Write out each step clearly instead of trying to do it all in your head. This approach helps reduce errors and reinforces the process. After distributing, check your work by reversing the process. You can factor the expression back to see if you arrive at the original form. This method confirms that you applied distribution correctly. Using real-life analogies can also help. Think of distribution as sharing. If one person has 3 bags, each containing 2 apples and 4 oranges, then the total number of apples is 3 times 2, and the total number of oranges is 3 times 4. This analogy makes the concept more relatable. Finally, after you complete distribution, combine like terms. This means adding or subtracting terms that have the same variables and powers. By consistently applying these strategies and understanding that multiplication distributes over addition and subtraction, you can avoid forgetting the distribution process. Practice with various expressions, including numbers, variables, negatives, and exponents, to build your confidence in simplifying algebraic expressions.